What's going on, people? Guns blazing back at it again, bring you that spiciness to the King of Games level. I got that fairy counter trap deck. First game my opponent was running what's it called? Vision Hero Paleozoic deck. And this was the vanilla fairy that I was talking about. I cut it though, but you can try it if you want. He just has 2 sets for his first turn. I'm gonna go ahead and set 2. Careful not to clog myself. No point in setting the Scolding because it's not really, what's it called? It's not gonna be armed. He's gonna draw a Greed, set another one, end his turn. Finally, I pick up the Hecatrice, get that nice fairy smile healing. You already know the deal. I drop it so I can pull the Valhalla, and I fuel up the Hyperion. You already know how it goes. I special summon that boy. Pop the back row. Oh, you want to chain that Paleozoic? Nope. We got that Rebirth of Parshat, baby. Show the Scolding, drop the Wing Weaver, so that we can use another Rebirth after. Get that Sacred Arc Air Knight Parshat out. Oh, you want to go a second Paleozoic? Nope. We got that second Rebirth of Parshat, baby. Drop that Scolding, pay 1,000, and let's get some variety out here. Let's get that Avenging Knight. Oh, look at that orc. 26, 27, 28. Your boy can count. I pulled a debunk, but it's not going to matter. Duel's over this turn. Oh, I love this deck. Send my Hecatrice to pull my Valhalla, which allows me to summon Hyperion, and also it fuels it. That's that synergy right there. Set my Rebirth of Parshat down. This turn comes up. 1 set, hand of the 6. Now, I 100% should have went for the monster here. My read was dual wield, but I thought it would be a safe play to go for the back row in case of drowning. Then I realized I can just negate that. But you know, misplays happen. Only thing left is to acknowledge it and learn. He goes ahead and pops his thing. We got that Rebirth of Parshat. You want a dual wield? Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and send a Rebirth of Parshat from my hand to negate that dual wield. Allows me to also special summon Sacred Arc Air Knight Parshat. Once this boy inflicts battle damage, I get to pull another counter trap from my deck. Now, honestly, I should have sent Debunk and set Rebirth of Parshat instead, but it's going to be alright. He's at 100, sets 1 monster, and actually, this Debunk set comes through for me. Fairy Smile does give me my life points back from that 1,000 pay, but you don't have to run this skill if you don't want to. I'm going to send Hecatrice again, fueling my Hyperion yet again, pop that face down. It's, oh, you want to play Fuma? Nope. We got that debunk. I don't give consent. Go ahead and negate that real quick so I can go direct 2 times. Well, just 1 for game. But as you can see, very satisfying deck. Especially if, you know, you're a bit salty that 6 Sams were too strong for too long. Okay, another one. And this one is against another Seto Kaiba, but he's running something different. If you want to see the deck list, just look over to the side. I put both decks over there, and this hand's kind of bricked. He just sets 2, but on my draw phase I pick up something nice. Fairy Smile 2, Master Hyperion, so I'm gonna be able to use these. If you're wondering why I'm running Champions Vid, it's because I was experimenting with the vanilla high level fairy. I decided to cut that later, so don't worry about that too much. I'm gonna go ahead and summon him, set 2, not gonna attack because if I hit a drowning here, it's gonna be bad. I can just attack next turn, and I'm gonna have my counter traps to help me out. He's gonna go Fortune Lady Pass, Fortune Vision. I decide I'm gonna go Rebirth on that Fortune Vision. Nope! Because I don't want him to get anything going here. Anyways, I also get to special summon Sacred Arc Air Knight Parshat. Nice little prismatic. Sick pickup from me. I get Hecatrice, which I can drop, fuel my Hyperion, pull this from my deck so I can't brick with it anymore. Get the drowning. I switched this to defense. I didn't need to. I just decided I'm not going to attack into any drownings this turn. So I'm just slow playing it, safe playing it. And because I know that after I damage him, I'm going to get another counter trap in my hand. And that's going to let me rearm my Rebirth of Parshat. I don't actually have to discard the counter trap when I do this. I just show the counter trap and I discard any card. So I discard the useless Valhalla. And he scoops. Okay, last one. And it's against my wait, is that my brother or my cousin? Not even sure, man. But it's Shadow Game, it's a filth deck. And let me show you how to deal with these filth decks. It's a different kind of game, okay? It's not gonna be like those last duels where I just negated it. But I'll show you how to deal with these filthy guys, alright? It works for Shadow Game mostly because they rely on burning you. They usually don't run a backup method to like deck you out, because they're just relying on the burn. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit here, gain some nice life points. I'm not even gonna pop Hecatrice. I'm not even gonna search for anything. I'm just gonna let this attack go through, keep gaining. He flips his Worm. I decide I'm gonna just set just one monster in defense mode to sponge some attacks. He Man-Eater bugs it. It's okay, I'll just set another one. Shadow Game will do nothing because my Fairy Smile just healing me back up. I don't want to get 2 monsters because he's gonna Lava Golem. Of course he runs that. Fairy Smile just healing me to vast amounts. He Windstorms here. I don't know why he just doesn't crash his Worm here. He decides to go for the damage. That's so monkey, dude. Like, he gets cards into this graveyard by sacking and using the Econ, Shadow Gaming himself. So he does it again. He does it again. He doesn't just, you know, go into my guy, try to sack his Worm. I could debunk that, but, you know, it's whatever. It's the right play for him to make, you know, but he decides to go for these plays. He curses of Anubis. What does that do for you? Finally realizes he can't do anything, so he just scoops. So lesson learned, Shadow Game burn players. If you're running well, no, I'm not going to give you tips. I'm not going to help this deck. Anyways, hope you enjoyed those replays. Let's take a look at the deck. So here it is. First of all, you got Master Hyperion. I would be running 3 copies, but you know, free to play life. Usually you special summon him by, he has his own summoning effect by banishing 1 Asian monster from your hand, field, or grave, but we don't need that, okay? We don't need an agent engine in this deck, and I think it's better off that way. Of course, we run Hecatrice, the Polar, and Valhalla. That's your special summon method. Alright, we only run 2 Valhalla, we don't need 3, otherwise like the brick chance would be really high. So you run 2 just so you can get 2 pulls from Hecatrice if you need it. Then you got your Sacred Arc Air Knight Parshath. I like this guy because he gets you that refueling. Once you inflict battle damage, you can add another counter trap from your deck to your hand. And that could be anything you want, or it could just be something to fuel your Rebirth of Parshath because you need to reveal a counter trap for that to activate. 2 Artemis. You could run 3, like you could replace that with a 3rd one of this if you want. 2 Avenging Knights in the extra deck. Usually you just go Sacred Arc Air Knight, but you know, it's nice to have them too. Triple Rebirth, of course, and the other counter traps can be whatever you want. I'm running Debunk for the memes, and also because I thought I would be running into more Dark Lords. Spoiler alert, I didn't. Yeah, 1 Solemn Scolding. You really, what's it called? You won't have enough life points to run more than 1 in this deck. Fairy Smile can get you a Solemn Scolding and a Rebirth of Parshath in the same duel. I'm running 7 tools because I don't really want any more discard cards. You'll easily be out of fuel after like 1 Rebirth of Parshath, so this could be Ultimate Providence if you want it to be, but in the end it's all up to you. Do this if you want to be a spicy guy. The Triple Wing Weaver and the Champions... No, just don't do this, it's bad. Now how about Vandalgion and Voltanis? Vandalgion, I wouldn't run it because, you know, it doesn't really synergize. Voltanis is good though, like I would run this. But yeah, that's it, and we probably won't hit the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to show you another replay. Okay, so this is a Master of Destiny mirror, but I got that spicy tech, I got that generation shift. You're about to see what it does. One of my Bajos passed me this tech, and it is pretty hot. Okay, so Pot of Greed, you already know the deal. He uses one of his heads. Triple set. I got 2 Pot of Greeds of my own though. I activate Pot of Greed to draw 2 cards from my deck. Then I activate Pot of Greed to draw 2 cards from my deck. And then I go ahead and summon Twin Barrel. I've already used up 2 heads, so this one is actually a 50-50. One's guaranteed, one's heads or tails. Gotta hit both to land the destruction. That's clutch. I got a Cyclone, meaning one of these back row wouldn't be destroyed. I attack right into a BM4 Blast Spider. He has a prismatic version. Goes ahead and pops, and we're gonna both get our Desperados out. It's gonna be a showdown at high noon, baby. So I summon mines, summons his. You already know what's gonna happen here. We're both gonna pop, but I do have my World Legacy Clash. World Skills Legacy Clash, rather. I roll 1. He rolls 3. And he has a second Desperado. This was a discrepancy that I did not expect. I should have expected it, but I did. So I'm going to take a buttload of damage here. I maybe should have went Generation Shift instead of Clash there, but I think it's going to work out either way. Go ahead and summon another BM4. Destroy his Desperado. Go ahead and pop mines from the hand. Thankfully, he doesn't have his third one. I go for the attack. Goes Paleozoic, but I decide I'm going to go for game here. Generation Shift time. So this destroys any monster you have on the field and adds another one from your deck to your hand. And it can actually summon it at the same time because, you know, it destroys the card. It destroys a monster, allowing you to get that extra attack in. But he does have Temperance. That's fine. Forced him to drop it. He does have Time Wizard in his hand, but that's not really a play because even if it hits, then he's open. He doesn't seem to have any back row, so his play was he goes for Twin Barrel. Doesn't get the hit. I popped my effect early. I shouldn't have done it, but you know, the yes clicker within me decided I'm gonna have to pop this because the unlikely happened. Like, he picked up his third Desperado and it could have been bad, but let's see how this turns out. We both pop again. The only way I would have lost this is if I rolled 0 heads and he rolled 2 or more. But he rolls none and I roll, I think, 1 or 2. I rolled 2. Alright, so yeah, it's gonna be game. He's gonna scoop this one out. Hope you enjoy the replays, guys. Have yourselves a good one, and this is Guns Blazing, signing out.
Don't you stop the music, get into it, won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it, you can do it, won't you dance with me?